Good morning. G'day, it's Fish, the Beach Bum Investor. Just going to load up on Steam it so we can get a few people in the conversation. I am sorry that I'm late today. I had a meeting over at for my sports. So hey, A-Dog, in early. How are you, bro? I dropped in and saw you a bit live last night. Had a look at that video you did too, bro, about the about a couple of your view counts going Miss Fish Raid solo. Hey man, I had a look at that video you did about the about your numbers getting messed up. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. If that's for real, maybe we need to have a chat about that. Yeah, love you too, bro. It's been a funny day for us, mate. I know you know that I'm an investor, and this is why the kids don't get involved in this stuff, because the market has had a bit of a crash today. Yeah, it's not cool, bro. Both the market crashing and your numbers getting unfairly put down. I'm not happy about that. I know how hard you work, man. So you don't deserve that. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, the market's had a bit of a crash for us too as well, dog. So that's the problem. That's why you don't get involved with this stuff as a young fella, you know. So yeah, unfortunately, China have put in some restrictions on ICO investments, and that's had a massive impact on the whole market. So I'm just going to jump on and post on Steam it so we can get some crypto fans across for the discussion. They always love a good crypto discussion over at Steam it. So I'm just going to jump on now and get them over and involved. Won't be a second. There I am live. Cool. Thumbnails, Fish. You got to work on that. Yeah, so it's been a really, really interesting sort of 24 hours in the crypto economy with this decision coming out of China. Really interesting. Okay, posting there. All right, cool. So we may not get the regulars in the house today because I am a couple of hours late. I did have that meeting this morning, so I do apologise about that. I will try and be on at 11 a.m. every day, but as is life, there will be the odd day that I can't get here. So I do apologise for that. Having a look at this economy, it's quite an interesting time to say the least. The big thing affecting the economy at the moment, in my opinion, is the news coming out of China that they have halted investments on ICOs. Not saying it is a legal or potentially a scam way of making, raising venture capital. So the Chinese government, Kong Savage Ruthless 2, g'day. Hey Dog Raid, they're coming in again. The Dab Squad. Yeah, cool. Hey guys. Crazy Gamers part of the A-Dog Raid as well. Good on you guys. Yeah, so China's unfortunately pulled the pin on ICO investments at the moment. They're seeing it as it continues. Hey, Spy Fox, I remember you from the last raid, a dedicated A-Dog Raider. You guys are awesome. Awesome stuff. Sub to my man Fish. Sub to my man A-Dog. Let's get those view counts back up where they need to be. Hey, brother? Yeah, so Mummy Raid and Daddy. You guys are funny. Good comments. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so the Chinese government have come in and said, nope, no ICO investments. Now, the market has reacted to this really, really strongly. Bitcoin's... Let's do a quick run over the market. We've had a really significant retracement from our highs of pushing 175 billion, I think we were at one stage, or even 180 billion we were pushing. Yeah, we were. And now we're back down to 138.7 billion for the total market cap. So a fairly significant retracement there. And for me, it's got to be... No, A-Dog. I've been to California a few times, but there's no way I'm anyone's father. Anyway, I'll keep going with the crypto economy while the Grums are trying to put me off. You guys are funny. Yeah, so look, I see this as a total reaction to the restrictions put on China. That's going to cause uncertainty, and the CNY is making up a major, major part of the investment money. See, you guys have got me put off. Money. Where's Mummy and Daddy? Stop it. All right. You subbed. Cool. Thanks, Kong Savage Ruthless. That's cool of you. So yeah, I think this is a reaction to that, and there's reason for that. It does create uncertainty. In that Chinese are restricting investment into the ICO stage. Now, I read a report just before. See, A-Dog, you have a good day. Thanks for the raid, bro. Take it easy. So, I was having a look at an article just before on the Chinese decision to ban the ICO investment, and it didn't actually mention anything at all about the Chinese not being able to invest in already established coins. So that was an interesting one for me. I'm just going to completely forgot about our own investment group. I'll just let them know we're on here. Hey guys, live now. If anyone wants to join the convo, hey dog's back. Join the convo. Anyone wants to join the convo? I forgot to invite my own investment group, or our investment group wants to join the convo. They would have been expecting me on a couple of hours ago. Yeah, so, big reaction to the Chinese news. There's plenty of reason for that, but at the same time, there's not a... Like, I can see why it's affected Ethereum. I can see why it's affected Neo. Especially Neo, because that's the DApp of choice, the DApp platform of choice for coins coming out on Chinese platforms going forward. That was the expectation anyway. So Red Pulse is obviously going to have some issues, that ICO that we had a look at. That's the concern. That's driving, that's sort of unsettling things throughout the whole economy, in my opinion. So Bitcoin's at 4093.98. Massive retracement from the highs we saw, where it was... Yeah, Slice Keeper, welcome, man. Glad one of the regulars is in the house. I'm a bit late today. I had a meeting. Sorry about that, bro. But yeah, everything's on sale. I agree. I'm just sort of sitting back to see when it bottoms out. Slice Keeper is my personal tactic at the moment. I did see Bitcoin at like 4,000 flat. Did I see it as low as 4,000 flat? I don't remember. I thought I did. So it might just be starting to make a move back. Anyway, it is red all over the screen at the moment. And like Slice Keeper's suggesting, there are a lot of bargains out there. One I can say is like Ethereum's dropped a long way, 17.96% in the last 24 hours. That's nearing 20% retracement. That's significant. We're sitting at $280.09 a coin. The thing with Ethereum is, for me, yeah, the ICO investment out of China. And like obviously Ethereum had a big boom based on the fact that it was the ICO coin of choice, really. It was what a lot of these coins were coming out on. Now to me, Chinese investment coming out of that game is not necessarily as a big a deal for Ethereum as what the market's factored in with this retracement. Because most of the money, if I go and have a look, actually I'll have a look live, but last time I checked Ethereum, most of the investment money was through the Korean won, not the Chinese one. Buying opportunity. I agree, Michael. Michael Zanella, thank you for the comment. Yeah, I agree. So Ethereum for mine, yes, it's going to be affected. Yeah, because there's going to be ICOs that Chinese people would have liked to have invested in through the Ethereum-based dApps. So it is going to affect it, but by that much? I mean, the market's factored in a massive retracement here, especially considering there's some free shares on offer coming up for Ethereum. I think it's today, actually, or like coming up soon. It may have already happened, so don't quote me on this, but when I had a look at it, it was like 200 Ethereum. Maybe it'll create more demand for the coins when they become available to the people of China. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to get onto that, Slice Keeper. I've got a little theory about that. So I will get onto that. Thank you for bringing that up. I think that's an excellent point. So at 280 for mine, it's over taking in this news out of China. I'm just going to have a quick look and see if the volumes are still strong out of Korea. For Ethereum, might be a second trade volumes here. Just having a look on coin market cap. So you can actually find all this stuff by currency and by exchange. If you go onto the site, it's really good for looking up your trade volume information as well as the actual prices of the coins themselves. So I'm just having a look at Ethereum at the moment, and it looks like here that BitThumb is the #1 source of trade volume. Now that's Ether to KRW, being Korean won. So not China. Second and third is Bitfinex and GDAX, and they're Ether to US dollar. Not China. Now, when we do get to the #4 exchange, they are trading at $148 million of volume on OKCoin, which is Chinese. So we need to, that's where the CNY is getting traded in, and also another $68 million of volume coming out of the ninth biggest platform for Ethereum, which is Huobi. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. HUOBI. So Yeah, that one's got the CNY as well, but the rest is like BTC, Korean won, US dollar, euro. So for me, this is an overreaction to that news out of China. Yes, there will be less money coming into Ethereum or any ICOs, and therefore Ethereum should take a retracement on the back of that news. That's justified. The amount it's retraced for me is not justified. So at 280, I find Ethereum to be good buying again, back into that good buying territory. That's just for me. I've got some ICOs that I am interested in investing in that are based on Ethereum. So I might look to get a cheeky few dollars. You made China. I don't even know how to respond to a comment like that. You made China. I'm not sure what you meant by that. I'm sorry. So yeah, when you're looking at these overall market corrections, it's going to be based on emotion. Now, obviously, there is fear around the CNY, the Chinese decision to. I love Lamp. Agent Smith in the house. What's up? One of our investment group. G'day, Agent Smith. And great reference to Anchorman there. One of my favourite movies. So very well done. So for me, I think the market's panicking. Like CNY is pretty heavily traded on Litecoin, so I can understand that taking the big retracements. CNY is pretty heavy in Bitcoin, so I can understand that taking the retracements. Just having a look what else we got here. Yeah, to me, it's just the rest of the market's just like knee-jerk reaction. It's not going to, like, just because China decides to outlaw ICO investments. For starters, smart Chinese, you guys are funny. For starters, I reckon smart Chinese investors will figure out a way around it. I really do. If they're allowed to, still purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum and established coins, which I understand is, thank you, Wado. Wado hates green bananas. So this has turned into anything but a crypto conversation, but it is fun, right? And that's what we always, good morning, g'day Nizam, how are you, mate? It's what we try and do here, mix a bit of fun in with a bit of learning about the crypto economy. So please keep that discussion going. Cracks me up. I always get distracted though. That's not my fault, that's your fault. So for me, NEO obviously needs to take a retracement based on the fact that it's going to be the major DApp platform for China, and now the investment's restricted. So NEO's retracement is certainly warranted. Ethereum, not mine. Not that big. Not to 280. That's me. That's what I think. So I think it's buy time for Ethereum. That's just me. We could certainly see further retracements. We know how much this market can swing. 116 billion it topped out at last run up, back to 76 or something like that. It was massive retracement, almost 50%, that's massive for a whole economy. So you do have to be careful. I'm still sort of watching, hoping it finds a bottom, and then I'll start buying back in. Thanks, Agent Smith. Agent Smith has just said NEO will have an announcement soon. So I suggest everyone keep an eye on the channels. Agent Smith, can you please drop any information you get about that announcement on our Discord group, our investment group? Because we really want to see that. 600 something views. Yeah, that sucks, A-Dog. I saw that, man. A-Dog's one of my mates who I met through YouTube, actually. And he's not actually he's not a crypto investor because he's 12 years old. But I admire his work ethic. And he's had some view counts go missing. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to check that question because there was a crypto question amongst all that. And it's from Michael. Michael says, will this vet out all the dodgy pump and dump ICOs? Man, very, very good point, sir. Michael, excellent point. What we see in these market corrections is, yes, even the good coins, even the PIVX coins and the list coins, sorry, two of my favourites, they're going to take retracements because that's what happens in an overall market correction. But what you'll find is they tend to recover quicker, and they tend not to take as big a retracements as the crappy coins, if you like. Cliff High loaded up on OMG on the dip. Yeah, cool. There's OMG giving away with the Ethereum hold as well. If you hold 200 ETH, you get one OMG. It's not really worth it for mine. It's like, when I was doing the maths on it, it's like a $5,600 investment for $10. Nah, I'll leave that away. Although you might want to grab Ether at the moment anyway because it is cheap, and then you get that bonus OMG share. I think that's happening today. So look into that. I'm not 100% on that one, but I I guess what I'm suggesting is through the market corrections, that's why I look for things that take less of a retracement or stay steady through a total market correction. That to me is an indication of strength. And that's the coins I look at, and then I go and research them, check the teams, check the economics, and go, yep, or no. But if you find those, like this is a really good opportunity to, like it will, like Michael suggested, this will vet out the dodgy pump and dumps. And the dodgy coins, this is where the market cap gets mainly drained out of those coins. Having said that, you can still find gems that just take massive retracements with the overall correction. PIVX last time, we took an overall market correction because of obviously the fear around SegWit and the forking. It was never going to affect PIVX. Honestly, Chinese ICO investment isn't going to have any effect on PIVX long term or short term. It shouldn't. The market's correcting for some reason and calculating PIVX in for some reason doesn't make any sense. So yeah, if there's coins that don't make sense in this retracement, maybe this is your opportunity. And I certainly can't guarantee it won't go further because these scared, like these big sell-offs tend to go crazy, right? So waves are pretty flat on the Goldie today, Wado. We don't have much swell coming in. It's beautiful, man, like crystal clear day, beautiful. I see ADOG, beautiful blue waters, but no swell. We've got a southerly coming through, but where I am, I'm just north of Byron Bay. Now, Byron Bay is the most eastern point in Australia. So when we get these big south swells coming up from down south and the Antarctic, quite often we get blocked by the headland at Byron Bay and it doesn't quite wrap into the Gold Coast. So we need a southeast swell to really make that work. Sorry to interrupt the crypto chat there with a bit of surf chat, but we did get the question. I did actually have a meeting with the general manager of Surfing Australia today. I'd love to say that went well, but it didn't. If I'm being honest, I hope we can make a more productive relationship going forward. That's my shout out to Surfing Australia there. Okay, I better get off that. Let's get back onto the crypto economy. So, yeah, I think that if you've got coins that you are well researched on, that you believe in, there's nothing wrong with buying now. I can tell you some buy orders I hit on PIVX. But it can still retrace further is my point. So you've got to make your own decisions on that. For me, I don't see the signs of the confidence returning yet, which means it certainly can retrace further. Having said that, I'm grabbing PIVX pretty much every time it pops under $3. I used to do that every time it popped under $2. And now I'm sort of making $3 my mark. If it pops under, I'll grab some more. So I'll just have a look at PIVX actually. Everything's taking massive retracements. We're in double figures on PIVX. We'll probably be well below that $3 mark now. Let's have a look. Just checking on Bittrex. I'm not actually going to use CoinMarketCap for this one. Yeah, we have. So we've taken pretty good retracements down to $2.92. So for me, that's like for PIVX, that's buying time. I think it could retrace a little further. I've actually got my buy orders set at 67001, if you'd like to know, 67,001. So we're not far off retracing to that now. I'm just sort of found some support around the 69,000 mark there. This sort of over the last hour, it's built up just two lines of support almost on the same thing. Bitcoin, okay, we can get onto Bitcoin, no worries. I'll just quickly finish covering PIVX. I did actually sell at 74998 just before the 75,000 psychological resistance this morning. And so I've managed to now set that back on the buy wall at 67001. And I'll pick up an extra 20% on my coins there, basically. 10% on my coins, 15%. So that's what I've tried to do there. I did actually pick up, just show you what I'm looking at. So I picked up on this dip through the night, and I had my buy orders down at 6. I can't remember exactly, but it was like 6. Yeah, I think it was 67. Yeah, 67001. So I literally picked up that buy order, sold it back at 74998, and then bought it. I'm trying to buy it back now again at 67001. And while it keeps fluctuating between that range, I expect to pick up more coins in the process. Now, I only trade with a very small amount of my overall investment, so please don't go too heavy on. Oh, look, up to you, but it's time consuming trading heavy. My mum is a duck. You guys have some really interesting comments, I must admit. Anyway, we've been asked about Bitcoin. I'm not sure if it was actually a legitimate question, but let's go and have a look. Bitcoin certainly has had some big retracements. We're going to go and have a look at Bitcoin, see where the trade volumes are coming out of, and make an assessment on what's going to go on next, if we can. Octagon, excellent comment there. Dab Squad. Octagon. Very intelligent. Okay, so Bitcoin's Bitfinex is the number one Bitcoin trader, US dollar, and then Bitcoin to CNY on OKCoin. Interesting. Neo to Bitcoin on Bittrex. That's interesting. Like, that's the third biggest trader. That's interesting. The Neo to Bitcoin trade volume on Bittrex is actually higher than the Ether to Bitcoin trade volume on Poloniex. So, pretty interesting stuff there. Yeah, there's a lot of Chinese money in Bitcoin. I'm just having a look at the trade volumes. Whoop. So, I'm trying to get it so it actually focuses. But everywhere you see CNY is Chinese money. Okay, so that's going to be affected. Anything that's got a... nice duck, Agent Smith. Anything that's got a heavy presence of the CNY is going to be affected, in my opinion, by this decision. It shouldn't necessarily, because from what I'm reading, it does actually only affect ICOs, not the established coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, PIVX. No, just kidding. Litecoin. All those established coins, I don't think it actually affects those. So, not that I've read so far. I have only just been reading up on it this morning. These messages are anything but crypto chat, but they are making me laugh. The news unit. Welcome. How are you, Dave? Yeah, mate, No Limit Coin. As I said to you, I like Raf. He's got some good plans. I like the team over there. You guys have been really welcoming to me, and thank you for that. I think you got... I think No Limit has potential going forward, sure. Because, hey, Pete, yeah, man, A-Dog and his boys are in town, and they started this whole, like, random conversation, and then it took on a life of its own. And now everyone's just talking anything but crypto. I'm trying to keep it crypto-based. Yeah, so the news unit, absolutely. Look, I had a look at No Limit Coin. As I said, I'm happy to tell you about it from an investment point of view. And I spoke to Raphael myself. Thanks very much again to Dave for setting that up. Yeah, Michael's hoping to pick up some more NLC too. Look, it is a growing community over there. I've been over to the Slack group. I've spoken to developers, including the lead developer, Raphael. My other friends are telling me the end of cryptos and the price are going to keep crashing. Do you think it is a big dump now? We were just talking about that. It's a really good question from the news unit. Is this the end of crypto? Look, mate, in my opinion, this is big reaction to the news coming out of China. I don't know if you've heard news unit. I'm sure you have. You're well versed in this space. But the Chinese government have actually restricted ICO investment. They're not seeing it at this stage, or at least they're putting it on hold. So they're not seeing it as a legitimate form of raising venture capital at this stage. Doesn't mean it won't be changed in the future. But for me, that is affecting the entire market the same way that the Bitcoin fork and SegWit overlay, we saw that same correction in July, and it was bloody heavy, in case you'd remember this, Dave. So it's really, really, really heavy heavy correction based on uncertainty around a couple of coins, basically. So it didn't justify being a correction of the overall market, and for me, this is exactly the same right now. It's probably best just to sell everything and wait this out. Nah, I don't think so. I hold through the downs. I got in early, news unit, so Dave, so I don't really have to. Yeah, and Pete makes a really good point. Like, that run up was massive. We went from 76 billion just before, like, mid-July, when we corrected, to almost 180 billion within a month or 6 weeks. That's ridiculous growth, and we're always going to see profit taking. Always. Now, for my opinion, this news coming out of China is unfairly affecting the entire market. Everyone's panicking, everyone's selling. It happened last time. It happened last time with SegWit. It happened last time with the forking. No one knew what was happening, so they sold every single coin they had, even though a fork was never going to affect PIVX or Litecoin or No Limit Coin or any of those coins. How does that affect No Limit Coin, Dave? You tell me. How does China does a bit, but NLC's past the NLC2's past ICO phase, mate. They're rolling over BTC, ETH, LTC, and this is Blood red now. Yeah. Absolutely. Red all over the charts. But I really do tend to see this as more of an opportunity. I'm not saying get in now. I'm saying, yeah, look for it to bottom out. But to me, it's not the end of crypto economy. Anyone who believes that blockchain doesn't have a future, look, I could be very red-faced. I don't know my technology that well. But to me, what I do know about technology, blockchain is such a better way forward. That's not a knife. That's not a coin. This is a coin. We talked about this the other night. We had an interview over on the News Units channel, and they called me Crypto Dundee. Thanks for that one, Dave. Yeah, BTC could go down below 1,000. Yeah, man, like that's the thing. There's no crystal ball here. See this video. What time did it start? Look, I usually start at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I was late on today because I had a meeting with Surfing Australia this morning. I am a bodyboarder. Used to be the team captain of Team Australia over there. So I had a meeting with them this morning. So I'm sorry about being late to my regulars. But hey, maybe we've found some new people. We are usually on a couple of hours earlier at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, so it's really interesting. I actually said, you guys, I don't know. I said I was waiting for 3,000 on the retracement after it kicked up real hard. I said, no, to retrace. My cousin, who's been in Bitcoin for a long time, said 2,800. So we were around the same mark when most people were saying, oh, let's go, it's going to 10 grand. So I don't know that we'll get that low, but we could. News Unit's a massive fan of NLC2 coin, so I'm just going to give him a fair little plug here because he's a great guy. He invited me over to speak to himself and the CEO of NLC2 coin. And I potentially, fantasy sports may not be something that I can get involved with because I have a past with gambling. That's my only problem. Other than that, I love the team, I love the community, I love the economics behind the coin, I love the plan, I love a lot about it. But for me to represent that would for me be morally difficult because and I don't have a problem with gambling, by the way. I had a problem with gambling, that's my problem, but I don't have a problem with people who gamble and who enjoy it responsibly. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of those people. I lost way more than I could afford. And it strained a lot of things for me. So for me, that's the only reason that I wouldn't be jumping on the chance to work with, Joe Theismann and Johnny Chan, who have been signed up over there at NLC2. I spoke to the CEO myself, so I can confirm that. That's huge star power, and that I'm going to be seen as crazy for passing up that opportunity. But it's only a moral objective. I have no issue with Raphael. I have no issue with the team. They were super welcoming over there. I've even got my NLC2 wallet open because, Michael, I can't tell you yet, man, but I did make a promise, and I'm keeping that promise. So that the rugby player you're referring to, I've already spoken to Raf about that, and I've offered to put him in contact. So, yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of fear, Pete, in every coin at the moment, man. To me, it's just fear driving the entire market, and we do have a reason for it. That's the beautiful thing. We do have a real reason for it, and that's the news coming out of China. I wish I had more Bitcoin to buy coins in this Labor Day bloodbath. Great capacity, welcome, man. Yeah, I hadn't seen you commenting. Yeah, good point. I'm the same. I'm waiting a bit. Is there a safe haven coin? That's such a good question, News Unit. Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, you can call Tether a safe haven coin, I guess, but why not just go to fiat if you're going to use Tether? I never really understood Tether. Anyway, no, mate, I don't think so. When you're getting, Bitcoin, Doge, okay, yeah. I don't know if Doge is actually, ARK has maintained well. That's interesting. Thanks, Wado. Yeah, cool. So it is interesting. I don't know that there's necessarily, I don't know that there necessarily is a safe haven coin. Obviously, I come from a background of traditional investing, and there's some quite well known safe havens when everything's going. And I'm back, and I forgot to put if Jordan calls again, that's Jordan. You guys know Jordan, my little computer tech guy. And I say little because he's young, he's massive. But he's calling me in the middle of live stream, so my phone might go off again because he never gets the hint and just calls about 10 times. I can't remember what we were talking about. I'm sorry, I've left that. But yeah, it's a bloodbath day, red all over the market. I usually say this is a good time to get ready. and get ready to purchase. I like to see it bottoming out first. Let's just check the market and see where we're sitting. Been talking for half an hour. I might actually just go grab my charger, guys, as well, because I want to keep talking. This is an interesting day, and my phone's running low on battery. Really interesting day with this. I like these interesting days. Sure, it's not great for us investors when the market's taken a hit like this, but I sold out of some coins, so I've managed to buy them back cheaper, which has been cool. 137. Just going to get the actual market up here. If you just bear with me 2 seconds, I'm just going to run to my room. I'll be back like literally 30 seconds. I just want to grab my charger so we can keep the convo going today. Won't be a sec. Zen has just bottomed out. Yeah, cool. Keep the convo going, guys. I love how you discuss your favourite coins with each other. I'll be back in just 30 seconds with my charger. Give me a sec. I'm back. Let me just plug in. Hop. And up there. And I don't think it's taking it on. Sorry about that. I might have to cut out again. We'll see if this charge works. Bloody surfers never get their tech upgraded. Anyway, I'll keep the convo going. Anyway, let's have a look at it. So yeah, Bitcoin is still retracing by the looks of that. I think last time we called it, it was a little bit higher. So yeah, Ethereum's down to 274. This is just in the last little bit while we've been talking. So for me, I wouldn't be like rushing to jump in right now. I wouldn't be scared. I wouldn't be selling out. But I wouldn't be rushing to jump in right now. I think there could be further retracement. We see these markets swing huge. Oh, I want to catch up on the convo. It sounds like you guys have been talking some interesting stuff all the way. Whoa. Oh, sorry, great capacity. Yeah, I was just over there. What are you talking about? Yeah, we're just... Agent Smith, you've been in and out. We've just been discussing China and the effect that that's having on the overall economy. So the best advice I can give you at the moment is to look at your trade volumes. Maybe those coins that are like heavily affected by the, or heavily invested in by China. So that look for the CNY. If you see that, maybe stay away from it for now, just until we see what happens. Yeah, Neo's in trouble, Pete, but let's get back to something Slicekeeper talked about earlier. I think it was Slicekeeper who brought this up. Excuse me for 1 second. I've been talking all day. Tico La Gamer Loco, how are you, man? Welcome to the chat. We're just talking crypto. So, one thing that Slicekeeper brought up that was really interesting before is that these coins are still going to go to market. That's the way I see it. Some ICOs have been halted as a result of this, or at least put on postponed. But a lot of them are still going to end up in market, right? And if the Chinese are still allowed to buy the coins at market, the price action comes after they hit the market. Maybe. Just a thesis, but that makes sense, right? So you look for those Chinese exchanges. We were talking about this on our investment group as well. Let's see what Pete has to say. Pete says that could be the dip because they want to sell at market price rather than have the amount they purchase them for back. Yeah. Neo has always said they want to cooperate with the government. I heard they told the government to go jump in the creek, mate. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's an expression everywhere in the world, but that means get stuffed. That's what I heard. That was the rumour I heard. Now I said to China, you're not getting your hands over everything. I want to know when India will start adopting crypto. Lots of people. Agent Smith, let's have a chat about that. That's interesting. Since we're talking about geographic effects on the crypto economy today, let's have a little talk about that. I was over in Was I in Indonesia or Sri Lanka when this happened? Back when the Indian government pulled the rupee. They basically pulled it from circulation, leaving the country in a mess. It's a heavily cash-operated economy. And they did it to, I guess, stop funding from terrorism activities. And I spoke to an Indian mate of mine who he said it was actually very effective. But unfortunately what it did in the meantime is left India without a working cash economy. So I've heard that people are already starting to adopt cryptos to prevent from that that same thing happening again. I'm not having a go at the Indian government. If you stop terrorism, and lots of it, it's obviously something we've got to look at almost any cost. And so I'm not having a go at the Indian government. I'm just saying there was a net effect on the Indian economy and the Indian people. So I really think that their adoption of crypto, mate. If you go to Venezuela, I've been told you can't. They won't accept. What is it, reals or something? Venezuela, they won't accept it. They want Bitcoin. That's all they'll take. Let me just see what Wado says here. Choose coins with more investments from other countries rather than China. Man, smart. That's good advice in my opinion from Wado there. Really good advice. That's why we're looking at those trade volumes before, man. I agree. Just stay away from the Chinese stuff until it sorts out. Unless you're like a massive bargain hunter, because in my opinion, there's no way China's government and Chinese people are going to miss the boat on crypto. They pretty much have like a major part of the investment at the moment. So don't forget what we discussed about, scare tactics being potential in this market as well. We have discussed this, and it's not just in crypto. This happens in the Chinese share market. Scare tactics all the time to drive down a price so that they can buy it back. It happens from media outlets. They release information and then they discredit their own information. We still live, so everyone, if you haven't liked this stream, like it. You don't have to like my streams, man. I'm not fussed on how many likes I get and that sort of thing. China is playing games. I think there's a potential for that. Thanks, Wado. Cheers for the like, bro. Agent Smith, I think there's a potential. I don't want to say that that's definitely the case because I have no way of proving that. But given the history of stock market manipulation in China and rumours of government intervention in these sorts of things, I wouldn't be surprised if it is scare tactics. So, if it is, and you believe it is, this is bargain hunting time because all the Chinese regulation shit will get stuff will get sorted out, and we'll see those big actions on Chinese coins like QTUM, NEO, Red Pulse ICOs and things like that. So we'll see what happens. Yes, Firefox, no worries, man. I don't know if my battery's taking, so I might actually if I just completely disappear, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this sorted out, but I don't know why my battery won't take charge while I'm streaming. It's really weird. Can't just plug it in. It's not going zit, zit to tell me it's taking the charge. Anyway, we can keep talking until I disappear. Yeah, so I will actually, since we've got a few people on here, look, I don't ask for likes and shares and things like that. I'm not a beggar for it. But I am doing a 24-hour crypto chat stream starting at 11:59 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time tonight. And I'm going to run for 24 hours and 2 minutes to spam me across 3 days. Cheers, A-Dog. You're awesome too, bro. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'll be doing 24 hours soon, bro. So come and check it out. Now, the reason I'm doing that is I actually got flooded last year myself. It was one of the hardest times in my life. So I'm going to use crypto to raise money transparently for all the flood victims in Texas because I know they're going to need that help when they get back to their houses. I know what this house was like. All downstairs, completely flooded. Completely. Had to get the whole house gutted downstairs. I lost rental income for 9 months. It was a really hard time in my life. So I'd like to help. And I'm going to try and do that through crypto by having a 24-hour live stream and accepting donations from crypto. And I know my mate Raf over at NLC2 is already pretty keen to make a donation. That's why I opened the NLC2 wallet. And I know my crew over at PIVX are going to be pretty keen to take the lead on who is the most generous community. So I'm putting them in competition against each other for the benefit of the people in Texas. So I hope you all get on at some stage over the 24 hours and show a little support. Please tell your friends about it, share and like. I don't ask for that ever. This time I am. Get the word out there. 24-hour crypto stream. Let's see how much money we can raise for the people in Texas and help them get back on their feet. Let's have a look at the crypto chat. Wado. Also, those coins like NEO and OMG are already established and not at ICOs anyway. Wouldn't that give them more value? In the future, less competition. Oh, Wado, you got some pretty cool thinking, man. I like you. You should come join our investment group. If you're interested, I'll chuck the Discord link up. man, I'll chuck it up for you in the comments now if you want to come and join our investment group. We like that sort of thinking, you know, just joining the dots or doing some research and coming up with an idea based on that. It's not always going to be right. We just like people who, you know, who put that sort of thought into it rather than just saying this coin, this coin. So, man, if you want to join our investment group, we'd love to have you over there. The rules of our group is we all just contribute discussion and research, and then we just all make our own choices. Like Pete, I think is going to get Pete's. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pete, but you were pretty interested in NLC too, and I was going to leave it alone, and a couple of other guys in the group were going to go in there. And like I said, I'm only leaving it alone because of the. Yeah, man, cool. I'll put the link up now. I think I know how to do this because Zhao, the guy who set it up, he sent me it over on our Slack group at PIVX, so I can just go in there and get the message from Zhao, and I'll send it over to you. Neo's in bed with the likes of Microsoft. Really interesting, Michael. And Michael, if you want to come over as well, anyone on the feed, if you guys want to join us, we sort of chat about this stuff. And our rules are we don't just plug one coin, and we don't all jump on one coin. We're not a pump group. Furthest thing from it, we're an investment discussion group, and everyone makes their own decisions. You can share your buys and sells if you like. I do that. But let me just grab this link so you guys can come over because you're bringing some really good information. And if you'd let us, we'd love to have that information collaborated over on our investment group. We're the Crypto Wave. Ride the Crypto Wave investment group because I am a surfer, bodyboarder. So, yeah, Zhao set this up for us. Let me just grab the link here. Where are you? There he is. Oh, he's been talking to me. I haven't spoken to Zhao. Oh, that's right. He was at a festival. Zhao's back. Oi, Pete, Zhao's back. He's been at a festival. I totally forgot about that. Let me just grab this link. Yeah, Zhao's like one of our major contributors, really knowledgeable. He set up this Discord group for us. Goes by Johnny Crypto. But yeah, it's Zhao. I'm just getting the link, bro. Won't be a second. Here it is. Copy link. I'm bad with computer. Why does it keep doing that? I'm trying to copy it. Right click. No, it just keeps opening it. I think I can just do that. Yep. I don't think he's on the chat, Pete, Zhao. I just saw a message from him over on our Slack, like PIVX Slack group, because he's over on PIVX with us as well. All right, I think I've just posted up the invite there for you, Michael, and I forget who the other. Thanks, yeah, thanks, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Jordan, again, he's persistent. I love the kid. He's good. He's really good. He works hard. He parties too hard. Sorry, Jordan, but you do. You're a pain in the neck. Whenever I want you to work, you've always been out or something like that. But he's 19, you know, so I've got to remember that. He's got a life to live as well. He's studying law, at university, so he's very, very intelligent, very good with computers. But unfortunately not real smart at figuring out when old fish is on stream, and he's called me twice already. Sorry about that. But no, he's a great guy to work with. He's got brilliant ideas. Love the kid. Yeah, so you guys have got that link there. Come over and join us. We just chat crypto, and you know, we try and get those little leaks of information that are coming out, like all this Chinese stuff, and you know, the OMG shares that you were going to get for free. Anything that we can get. Oh, the invite's expired. Sorry. Let me go into our Discord group and see if I can send an invite from there. Does anyone know how to? Where do I click to send it? Oh, you got it, Agent Smith. Thanks, bro. Yeah, Agent Smith's one of our investment groups. So I think he's going to grab the link now and just chuck it in. You always have, Agent Smith, we always have problems. Top left, drop down. Invite people. Cool. Invite people. Oh, copy. Here it comes. I don't think you guys can post links in because my YouTube settings are stuffed up. Let's have a look here. Try that one. Boom. I just generated that one. Try that one, guys. See how we go. Let me know if it's worked. See how we go. But yeah, that's our little investment group. We just like to talk crypto. Everyone makes their own decisions. We can talk buy and sell points for sure, but we prefer to talk information. Me and Pete do a little bit of trade and talk and just see where we're going on the economy at the moment. Have I hit that other buy order on PIVX? It was downtrending. Nah, it's gone back up again. Let's have a look. Just going to take a look at PIVX. Worked like a charm. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are welcome to the investment group. Just with basically the rules are no personal attacks either. Disagree, please disagree. If you don't agree with something, say it out loud because that's important. We need to get like opinions from both sides. So make sure you do that. Must have done something. It's beeping off its head at me. Yeah, mine's beeping too. I can hear it. So welcome all to the investment group, the Crypto Wave investment group. How'd we go on that ball? Oh, did I get it? No, I didn't. I just missed. Where did it get to? Lows at 68910. Oh, that's frustrating. Pete, you know how we were talking about this morning, man? You just missed it by like not that much. So I had my buy orders, like the low hit 68910. So you probably can't even see it, but I had my buy orders set not much lower than that. Just missed. To notify only for mentions. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll look at that. I'll get all my social media stuff sorted out eventually. I'm just all new to it, you know. So for now, I'll just do what I'm doing. Is that beeping? Is that our Discord group going off? Is it? Let me have a look. Yeah, it is. Hey. Oh, hi. I'm going to shut that down now just so it's not beeping away. And you guys can comment here if you want to speak to me anyway. Yeah, so let's just have a look at the comment because I caught one there. I can smell 7,000 NLC2. Michael's a big NLC2 fan, so that's cool. If you like your sports and you're into your fantasy sports, it's certainly an interesting concept. I believe they're going to be first in market first in market with a really decent overlay of blockchain for fantasy sports. And I was speaking to Raf, the CEO, and he's saying, like, Fish, that's just the starting point for us, mate. We're linked with the telecom company. We're linked with food service company. He couldn't mention names at this time, the same way I couldn't tell him who the rugby player was. It's just not responsible to announce that publicly without speaking to those people first. So he couldn't tell me who, but I find Raf to be trustworthy. I've spoken to him on a few occasions. He seems to be a genuine guy. I've only just met him, so I can't like fully vouch for him or anything. But for those who are interested in getting into NLC too, don't be worried that I'm not. Mine's a moral objection. I'm an idiot sometimes. Well, I'm not an idiot, but no, I am. But this is a moral objection just because I used to have a gambling problem. That's it. That's all it is. Got no problem with anything else in it. So yeah, I think Pete was having a look at that. It's a pretty good run as well. I think it'll be huge. I was looking at the figures on fantasy football last night. $18.2 billion industry just in football, American football. Would you say this is a good time to buy crypto altcoins? That's a good question, Cole Chisel. It's often debated, the validity of the altcoin market. Excuse me for 1 second. The actual validity of the altcoin market in general is heavily debated. You know, people say, well, why do we need more than Bitcoin and Ethereum, basically? Yeah, good prices now. I agree, Cole Chisel. Look at history. I don't think you like. Let's have a quick look. But we looked at Ethereum, for example, at $280. Like, it's going to go higher than that. That's my opinion. When and will it retrace lower first? I can't tell you. I think there could be a little bit of an unsettling with this big shakeout, especially with a lot of new money coming in. Remember, a lot of newbies. They're going to be panicking like crazy when they take a 20 or 30% dip. Those of us who have been in the market for a while, we know that it's not a big deal. These markets move. Yeah, get the massive bottoms on the altcoins. Why do you need more than US dollars and the euro? Yeah. So, for me, if you like it, I think long term it's fine getting in now anyway. I'm just trying to get my maximums out of it. So I'm really trying to be cheeky and wait for that bottom and then I'll jump in there and go, whoop. That's my plan. I don't know if it'll work, but I won't miss the bottom here talking to you because I just missed that buy order on PIVX and now it's 7.2. Yeah, it's going up. It's above $3. Remember we started talking about this? Portfolio money. Yeah, man, my portfolio went... It's got to take in at least 30% retracement now. Massive retracement. Having said that, I'm still massively up from where I was 2 weeks ago. Lisk. Yeah, no, you shouldn't be Agent Smith. You shouldn't be worried. Agent Smith said, but he's not worried. And that's the attitude you have. Last time there was a massive correction, big one, I went surfing, watched my niece play tennis. Yeah, everything in red at the present. That's when I see opportunity. Especially when we know what's happening. Let's face it, we do. If anyone on the discussion group right now has a reason to believe that every single coin is now shit, please tell me why. But for me, it's a massive overreaction to the news coming out of China based on ICO investment. So to me, it's a massive overreaction. Not every coin is going to be affected by this. Well, no, because they're past ICO stage. And as far as I'm aware, the Chinese decision to limit or to restrict or to stop or to put a halt on investments coming into ICO is not affecting established coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, PIVX, Litecoin, NLC2. Anything that's on the market, they can still buy. Banks scaring everybody back to fiat to buy up supply. Wouldn't be surprised, Wado. Hate the banks. No, I don't think they're smart enough, mate. They'll just go, oh, we'll just work with Ripple, that'll work. Yeah, China could be fudding. This is what Slice Keeper, we've been talking about this. You've just got to be careful with stuff coming out of China. We're experienced with that in Australia because they're a big trading partner of ours. Let me just see what the chat's saying there, because you guys are getting pretty involved in this. Just get back to the chat stage. Some are saying it's a temporary ban, so new regulation may improve confidence in time. Cold Chisel, have you joined our investment group? Because we'd love to have you over there. I agree. I actually think that's what you got to think, you know. Okay, they haven't said never again. Yeah, let me read you a little bit of the article here that I was reading just before. I'll tell you who wrote it, so I'm not stealing someone else's work. This is from CNBC. CNBC. I just want to see where it says. Okay, so Chinese regulators are about to start a campaign related to the country's initial coin offerings, according to the Caxton report. In a document, authorities said they have been banned new projects that raise cash or other virtual currencies through cryptocurrencies. At least a list of 60 major ICO platforms were provided for the local financial regulatory bodies to inspect and report on, according to Caxton. Now that last point there's the key for me. A list of 60 major ICO platforms were provided for local financial regulatory bodies to inspect and report on. It doesn't say to shut down for good. It doesn't. And maybe there is more regulation in terms of what's going to be needed to actually put yourself to ICO, because if you have a look at it, like a lot of the stuff that gets bought, I was talking about this to my brother because we've actually been working on a project for 5 years and we're getting very close to releasing it. We've invested quite a lot of money, quite a lot of development, and quite a lot of time. And I said, look, we need to move on to blockchain. And he said, well, we've been discussing that, but the point I spoke to him about within this discussion was that there are literally ICOs raising millions of dollars off of nothing other than a piece of paper saying we'll do this. You can hardly even call it a white paper. There's no development, like pre-development work done. It's all like, oh, this is what we want to do, just give us the money to do it. And people don't even realise that that's what they're investing into. So when you are investing into ICOs or any coin for that matter, I really encourage you to see what stage of development it's at in terms of, promises, Cold Chisel. Exactly, man. I got into one called CryptoPing. Now, fortunately, I made some money and got out of it mostly, but it was my early days for me, and it was just stupid. It was a stupid investment in my opinion. I don't want to diss CryptoPing, but come on. It's just a trading bot that monitors volumes. I can do that myself. I thought there'd be a need for it, and maybe there still will be, but I just think there's better ways than that. And honestly, the amount of that, I followed that ICO because I was like one of the first investors in on that. Found it early, thought, I'd just be one of the first people in, I put like $40 into it. I wasn't having massive money in it. I was just having a bit of a muck around. And pretty much all it was, not pretty much, all it was at that stage was a website with we're going to build a trading bot, blah, 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 based on trading volumes, this, blah, blah. That was all it is. And they raised millions of dollars in VC. Millions. So I said, the money in this space at the moment is just the throw it everywhere sort of stuff. People make money on the run-ups, and then they find their way to ICOs, and they go, oh yeah, now I've got to get in on all these ICOs, and they're throwing money into anything. How do I know? I did it myself. I threw money into, no offense again to the team at Crypto Ping, but it's like a major need for our society going forward. I don't even know why I did it to start with, because I was new and just checking things out, I guess. Like I said, not a lot of money, $40. So, yeah, I've sold out of most of that now. I've got a little bit left. But that's what I'm saying, when you get into any investment, whether it's hit market or not, see at the stage of the development they're at. Like, you know, using PIVX and NLC2 coins as examples, because they're two that I've had good connection with the teams on, and that's why I'm reporting on them. Well, and obviously I'm invested and sponsored and work with PIVX as well, but the thing is, we've got real world applications already happening. We've got the PIVX transaction system coming in at PIVX. NLC2 coin are already running fantasy football leagues. They've already got Joe Theismann on board. They've already got Johnny Chan on board. Look at the stage of development for what you're investing in, and you know, take that into account. What are the best altcoins now? American altcoins. Well, if you're into fantasy sports, it's one I've had a look at recently, was an NLC2 coin. As I've said, I'm not actually into fantasy sport myself, so I won't be taking an investment in it, but I do like Raf, the CEO. I met him personally. We spoke for 2.5 hours the other night. I think he's got a really good plan, especially with marketing. He's got Johnny Chan flogging to a Chinese market. That's so clever. So clever. They're mad gamblers in China. They love their gambling. Oh, I almost caught that fly. That would have been full Mr. Miyagi style. Anyway, yeah, they love their gambling. They absolutely adore it. And like, whether you consider I don't want to get into debate whether fantasy sports gambling or not, but they're going to love it. They are. And he's got Johnny Chan saying, oh, this is NLC2 coins to go. That's clever. That's clever by Raf. Applauded. So yeah, I think that that's one we'd consider American altcoin, because Raf's over in, which part of US was he? I can't even remember. But he is in the US and he's the CEO. So I guess that's one you can consider an American altcoin, would be NLC2. If you have a look at trade volumes, who was that question? SP, if you have a look at trade volumes over on coinmarketcap.com, you can get a real good idea from where the money's coming from, so you'll be able to pick your US-based coins, or where the development and investment is mainly coming out of the US. So that's a little tip for you if you are interested in those US-based coins. I think we're going to have a cryptocurrency in Australia by about 2062. Tends to be the way we go. We're about 50 years behind everyone else, so... I'm just joking. Our government's actually moving to regulate it in Australia because they want to get their hands on the tax money. Good luck. I shouldn't call the government out like that on my YouTube channel, should I? But yeah, I mean, there's plenty out there. SP, I don't want to just say that coin, because honestly, I find the altcoin market really, really interesting. You know, there's a lot of added value propositions, and for me, that's where the disruptive technology is going to bring in, like, Substratum is a US ICO. Thanks, Pete. Yeah, for SP, Substratum's a really interesting one. You should definitely check that out. There's no, like, the rewards aren't scaling down, are they, on that? That's why I haven't invested yet, because for me, if there's no rewards enticing me to invest now, I'll just wait towards the end of the ICO and invest then, so I can keep the rest of my money working for me. But Substratum, the one Pete mentioned, is really interesting. It's actually decentralized web servers, I guess, is the best way to explain it. So I'm not a tech person. I'm a marketing person. Yeah, okay, thanks, Pete. So you get the same till the end of the 14th. So if you are looking to buy on Substratum, maybe set that date on your calendar so you can get in at the last minute and get the maximum bonus that's available now before it reduces on the 14th. Thanks, Pete. Good info. Substratum was like decentralized web hosting, I guess, is the best way I can explain it. So what it essentially does is it uses open computer power around the world to act as the web host instead of a GoDaddy or I don't know, web hosts, sorry, but you know what I'm talking about, the guys you have to pay for your website. So this allows us to make that cheaper because it's peer-to-peer. It takes away a bit of that control and power from major web hosting and server places like GoDaddy. And then on top of that, I've been told it's actually going to provide a better user experience, because what happens is it gets moved, like the websites where it's being hosted gets moved to where like it's best suited. So the computer with the most processing power, I'm not sure how it works, but you tech guys will probably know what I'm talking about just with what I'm trying to explain. But the thing for me is that if you can earn money by being I'm always looking for those residual incomes. So anything you can stake or secure a network and earn money for it, I'm in. And so for me, Substratum, you actually get paid to use your computer as a web host. Or is that what it's called, a web host? Yeah, sorry man. I'm doing my best. I try and dull it down, but that's only because I'm done myself with tech stuff. So that's the only way I can explain it. But for me, that's like a big value addition, because if I can leave my computer on, it actually has this like intelligence in it where it knows, or you can set it so if you sleep between say 10 o'clock at night and 6 o'clock in the morning, you can actually set it to be maximised during that time. So it will make use of your open computer and all the rest of it, and I'm imagining your internet as well. Yeah, they are exactly that, a web host. Yeah, cool, thanks Pete. Thanks for confirming that I'm not a complete moron. Yeah, so I really like the idea of this, because it just, I'm getting messages and that's coming through on my actual phone. I forgot to turn it on airplane mode again, I'm sorry. Yeah, but Substratum was really interesting to me. I looked at the economics of it and it just seemed cheap as well. Last time I checked, there'd only been $5 million of investment. So it's going under the radar, this one, and I like it. Unless anyone's found any that are actually proposing a similar value proposition, this seems to be quite disruptive to me. This seems to be something that could change the way we host. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Pete. Yeah, Pete's just confirming that as far as Pete and I are aware, there's nothing that really exactly copies this value proposition that Substratum are bringing to the market. Now, that's cool to me. They don't have a whole lot of competitors. If they do well with their marketing and get it out there and they show good proof of concept and they actually beta test it and it all works fine, that's got to be massive. That's got to be huge. The ability to leave your computer open and act as a web host when it's not being used. That's cool. Most people pay for unlimited internet these days anyway, and I'll get some solar panels or something, so I'm not... Can you talk about some good altcoins buy for early this week? Yeah, sure. Let's have a look at the market. Let's have a look at the overall market. I know the prices pretty well, so I can tell you from a price point of view what's sort of good buying, but only if you like the coin sort of thing. I'm not going to be giving my personal... Sorry, I'll just open up a new tab. Let's get coin market cap open. Have a look at the altcoin market and see what we can find. I had a good run up on Verge. I don't know where it's sitting at the moment. We'll have a look at it, but it really kicked up. Okay, first and foremost, I like Ethereum because it's a good ICO investment coin. Vitalik is absolute genius, and I believe it will do very well in XCP. Counterparty is very low. Let's have a look at that. Since we're looking at, I've not heard of it. XCP, counterparty, here we go. Oh, I've seen this one, I've just never researched it. So let's have a look. The market cap for counterparty XCP is 29 million, or just under 28.894 million. It's $11.04 per coin. The circulating supply is 2,617,886. There's been a 24-hour volume of 300,000, so not bad volumes for a 28. That's like, 1%, that's pretty good. 1% of your overall market cap in trade volume per day, that's all right. So good volumes going through there. I don't actually know what it does. Why don't we just have a quick look and go counterparty coin. And I'll just see if I can give you a quick assessment of this one right here, live. Here we go, Counterparty IO, the native currency of Counterparty used for advanced features. All right, let's have a look. Smart contracts, cool. Just logging on now. We'll have a look at that one. Interesting. Alright, so I got the website up. Just having a look. Okay, get started. News, docs, support, wallets, projects. Do they have a white paper on here? That's usually what I like to go through. Just having a look now. We'll get a general run of it. I'm not going to go heavily through it, but hey, you threw it out there. I've never heard of it. Let's have a look at it. Counterparty extends Bitcoin in new and powerful ways, and we'd love to see you on our team. I'm pretty busy. Got offers from a few cryptos at the moment, so don't know if I can accept that offer, Counterparty. Let's have a look. The protocol, the technology that allows counterparty nodes to communicate with each other via the Bitcoin blockchain. Create your own digital tokens. So it looks like a DApp platform. One that's going to allow tokens to be created on top of it, similar to Ethereum, Neo, and Lisk. So what extra value proposition does Counterparty bring to the market? Let's try and find out. And that's where I decide whether I buy on this. If I can see something that they're doing that's revolutionary, changes the game. Ethereum haven't thought of it. Neo haven't thought of it. Lisk haven't thought of it. Yeah, I mean, I think the space of that DApp platform is getting just a touch crowded at the moment. That's my concern with taking on another one unless they've got an amazing value proposition. So let's keep, yeah, cool, like the vibe, man. Sometimes that's enough. You go by instinct as long as it's got good tech, good support, and they've got a good plan. That's cool, bro. Sometimes all you need. Voxels for me. Voxels. VR company. I went like 10x on that thing. Small group, yeah, cool. That you can issue tokens for a small group, what I was saying. Yeah, so Voxels, I went 10x on, and I knew nothing about VR. I had a gut feeling. With a budget made with BTC. Yeah, cool. The native currency of Counterparty used for advanced features and representing stake in the protocol. Yeah, it's interesting. So, Counterparty wallet, secure, fast, and user-friendly web browser and mobile wallets that provide the power of Counterparty. Bitcoin aware, Counterparty smart contracts are Bitcoin aware and can also interact directly with Counterparty tokens. That's pretty cool. So basically what that means is that, as far as I can tell, you'd be able to, to be based on, I guess, Bitcoin as the basis for the currency, and then there's tokens built on top of that for the Counterparty token, obviously, but then the other tokens that would be built on top of the Counterparty network. So Lightning Network, currently under development. See, that's important. Hasn't been built yet, it's under development. Payment channel support will allow rapid exchanges of assets and are compatible with the Lightning Network. Cool. Asset creation. Custom name assets can be created from a small anti-spam fee, and numerical assets are free to create. Decentralized exchange. Exchanges assets trustlessly using the counterparty's DEX decentralized exchange. Cool. So they've got a decentralized exchange. That's like I think that's like an internal exchange for some of the coins. Secure and open source. All Counterparty software is open source and has been formally reviewed by several well-known Bitcoin security experts since its release in January 2014. Get started now. Learn what's possible. I'm just trying to find some important information here on this. Features. Any thoughts on NAV recovering and Verge? Just grabbed a bit of both. Yeah, well, Verge I can talk about because I did a bit of research on Verge. I grabbed it ages back in July. So I had a really good run up on that. I got it like 1/3 of a cent. And I think it was sitting at a cent last time I checked it. I think it's an anonymous coin. I'm just having trouble finding the white paper here. I'll just jump off of Counterparty. What I'm going to do... Oh, where's my bodyboard? There it is. I'm going to put Counterparty... because I want to have a look more at that, because I am interested in the DApp platform. So, I'm going to, grab the old bodyboard that we keep our notes on, and we're going to put Counterparty up there as one to look at further. So, Counterparty is on the board. I want to look at it more. I don't want to make an assessment of it live here. Let me look into it. Maybe it's something we can look into over the 24-hour stream when we've got more time. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, so Verge I like. I think it's anonymous coin from memory. I was supposed to check this, so let's check it now. But they had that wallet release of their Android wallet. They seem to be ticking targets off their development roadmap. Fishy, do I know anything about BYTOM? Not at the moment, I'm sorry. I'll put it up there as well. Counterparty BYTOM. There are a lot of coins to try and keep a track of, and that's why we do have our investment group. It helps us all to diversify and hopefully come up with a really, really good portfolio by helping each other out. So I'm just looking at Verge currency, which I have looked into before. But like I've just been trading in and out of it now. I got sells at like 134 Satoshi this morning. I don't even know where it's sitting. That might have been way too low to sell, but I bought it so much lower than that it didn't matter. Verge, I think it is, yeah, anonymous and privacy focused, yeah. So that's what I got asked to check last time, and I'm like a week late doing that, but I did say I'm sure it's anonymous coin, and it is. So yeah, Verge's, what I always like to do, they have a roadmap on here. Where is it? Yeah, roadmap. So if you go to the pages and you get these roadmaps and you can just see them like ticking off their goals. Yeah, for sure, BTC Drew. We welcome everyone to come into the investment group. We did it earlier, but I'll get the Discord link and put it up for you in a second. Yeah, so what I like to do is just like check that the development team are actually, I don't care if they're necessarily a little bit late because things get, like, you get behind. This is such a fast industry. But you see here, like July, August, we've got, this hasn't been released yet, so this is something we'd look out for. The I2P Android wallet for anonymous transactions only, near completion. Near completion. So, you know, I look for these little things coming out and things that might affect market sentiment, because if they come out with a really cool wallet, like PIVX did, PIVX plugging again. But no, our wallet was really cool. Like our Android wallet, I'm on iPhone, so I can't even get it yet, but it comes up with like this PIVX Panther and does a big growl at the start. It's really cool and it works well. So for me, that was a good for us, and maybe that had potentially added to our price action recently because we didn't release that long ago. So those new developments and new technologies getting ticked off by development teams and showing that they're still working on the project and driving it forward, to me, that's good signs. And that's why I don't mind Verge as a good anonymous coin, even though I'm a PIVX representative. Got to be more than one currency, right? So PIVX can be first, and then we can look at the other currencies behind that, once we've taken over Bitcoin, of course. All right, so yeah, Verge, that was a good one. I can't remember the other one you were asking about. I'll just go back to the chart. Yeah, I like Verge, man. I like Verge long term. It's pretty cool. Oh, that's right. I was going to get that Discord link. Let me go. No. I should send a link that never expires. Ride the crypto wave. Invite people. Discord. Copy. And we're going to paste that. Look how good I'm getting with tech. Just call me Bill Gates. Alright, guys. There's the Discord group. You're welcome. It's just, we just discuss like different options. The rules are no personal attacks. We like different opinions, so if you don't like a coin, please speak up, because that helps us all. But no personal attacks. Rule number 1, till Bates. Yeah, that's it, eh? Yeah, no personal attacks, or bring your own research and information to the table. All opinions are valid. We all make our own decisions on the buy and sells. We never pump into one coin. That's not what we're about. We might, because we all genuinely like it as a long-term investment, but we wouldn't even know that each other are making that decision. We don't collaborate and do all that garbage. We talk about long-term, good ideas, good teams, good research, good reason to be buying. That's what we talk about. And we're long-term holders. We don't do a whole lot of trading. Do a little bit. We're happy to talk a bit about that, but that's it, man. No personal attacks, and that's it. Other than that, I'm pretty happy. Like, come over, bring your information. Tell me PIVX is the worst coin in the world, but be prepared for my debates, because I love PIVX. But yeah, please come over and join us. The Discord group's growing slowly. We've got a great little group there, so it's helping us getting onto some winners. We got Lisk at like $2 or $2.60. We found some good coins. We found PIVX right, around $2 mark. Like, we've done well. And we're going to try and continue to do that by choosing the good coins and let these market... Ooh, PIVX is on the rise again. Oh, see now. See, this is the thing, right? So I sold out here. Just like 5 PIVX. I can show you this. I don't mind showing you the books. Oh, I won't do that. But yeah, it's right there. I sold 5 PIVX there. I was trying to buy back 6 here. And I just missed it. Devastating. And now it's gone, yep. I don't know. It might find resistance there and dip back down, but... To me, we got these, see how, like just in the last little bit, and this is serious day trading stuff, but we got these like rising bottoms, I don't know if you can really see that. So this bottom was lower than this one. I know that's only like a very, very short period of time, but it's a good short-term indication. Having said that, if you look at the long terms, let's just zoom out a bit. We've obviously downward trended quite a bit from our highs, if you look at this. But, you know, depends. If you want to look even further back, big bottoms here, we've gone nowhere near that on this latest bottom. So that's why it's never a certainty with technical analysis. It depends on the time periods that you're looking over, and basically, if you really want to, you can find the answer you're looking for. You know, that's the problem with technical analysis. If you want it to go up, you can kind of just find a time period to look at that allows you to get the lines in the right place for an upward trend. That's just hit 75 now, 75. Yeah, it's interesting. So, like, I don't mind so much because, like, I bought like 20 coins during that dip, or 25 coins or more during that dip down here. I got them about there, like not quite on the 6.5, but I was on 6.7. Got them there. So I sold like only 5 of them out there, and I'm riding the rest. So even if it goes through the roof, I'm stoked. If it goes back down, I'm okay as well, because I'll get more coins on the way back down, because I've got that sellout already. And that's how I'm rolling with it. It's working real well for me. I'll never sell for less than I've bought for. That's just my golden rule. If you're doing that, you either ride the investment into the ground or you make money. You wait long enough until you make money. That's my goal. Wait it out. That's like, honestly, that's what most of the big guys do. The big investors, to make money on and off, it's just like they have enough to hold. Like the Australian dollar right now, okay, for example, if you want to play fiat trading, the Australian dollar right now is at 79 cents US, okay? Will it go up or down from there? The answer is yes. It will go both up and down from there, depending on how long a time period you're looking at. So, if I take a short on the Oz US dollar, I just wait until it goes down. Even if it goes all the way back up to $1 in parity and over, which we've seen in history, I wait. And I don't sell, or I don't buy back until it's gone below that figure. And if I want to hold long, then I don't sell at less than 79 cents. It's pretty basic. Like, if you've got the money to hold on long enough, it will get there, up and down. And it's pretty much the same with these markets. The likelihood that you've ever picked the very top or the very bottom of the market is next to nothing. So, you know, the likelihood is that from wherever you choose it, will it go up or down? The answer is yes. Just where will it end up? What path will it take? Don't know, but that's my point. From the point you buy it, it will likely both go up and down. Yeah, I'm going to check out something, guys. We've had a good chat today. I don't even know how long I've been going for. I've really got to get some sleep, because guess what? In 10 hours... Actually, for those of you who want to know, it's 2:11 p.m. here in Australia. Okay, cash up to 200%. Yeah, there's some cool ones out there. Hey, come on for the 24-hour crypto chat, because we'll be able to talk about all this. I'm doing the 24-hour live stream in just under 10 hours. About 9 hours and 45 minutes, I'll be going live for 24 hours straight. Why did I decide to do this? To raise money for the Texas flood victims. Well, to raise crypto, more importantly, for the Texas flood victims. So I hope you all join in for that. Thanks very much for joining in the convo today, and for dropping some cool coins on me. We've got Counterparty and BYTOM to have a look at. Get some good rest, bro. Thanks for the great stream. Oh, thanks, Wado. I love that positive feedback. Cheers, Cold Chisel. You guys are legends, like dead set. Love our little investment groups. So come back and check out the 24-hour stream whenever you get free. Thanks, Michael. Thank you for the good luck, man. I'm going to need it, bro. 24 hours. My eyes look tired now because I've just been fighting with Surfing Australia for the last 2 hours. So, cheers from Florida. Cool, man. Good night. Good night, BTC Drew. See you over at the investment group, man. And guys, I'll see you all in about 9.5 hours, 9.75 hours to start the crypto chat marathon. And just having you all in the house and chatting will be enough for me. If you can afford a little bit of BTC or ETH or LTC or PIVX or NLC2 coin to donate to the cause, please, I do welcome it. But really, if you're just there for the chat, I'll be stoked. So please drop in when you get some time over the next sort of few days, couple of days, because I'm going to be streaming 24/7. We're going to be talking crypto, and we're going to be helping out those people in Texas. Thanks again for dropping in today. 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time is my normal time for streaming, but starting tonight it'll be 24 hours straight. Catch you all, frothers. Speak to you tonight. Fish out.